Hi there, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a video, as you can see from the title, called What Would They Say to You? So I'm going to use the Star Seeker Tarot, Pocket Edition, and then the Hermit Tarot Channeled Messages Oracle. To figure out what would they say to you, and then we're going to use the Key Oracle to get just like one card of advice from Spirit. And there's going to be 5 piles, so I'm just going to be pulling like just a few cards per pile, so it'll be pretty brief. Yeah, so we'll just get right into it. This is pile 1. These are all just like rocks that I found like on the ground when I was hiking. It's like very zebra. Okay. So we're just going to use the tarot to get like the general situation here, and then we'll use the oracle deck to get further. Okay, so we have the 2 of Cups, the Fool, and the 2 of Wands in the reverse, and the 2 of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here, like with the 2 of Wands and the Fool being in the reverse, and then like the 2 of Cups here, what I see when I look at this card is wanting like equal give and take, wanting equal exchange, equal flow of love. And so what I'm seeing here is someone is like taking the practical steps necessary to get themselves in a position to be able to offer something and then be able to return it as well, because there's like 2 here, so it's like being able to give something but then also give something back, like being able to match that energy, really like elevating themselves and putting themselves in a position to be able to really act and deliver. The 2 of Wands is like a planning. It's like all about like how to plan and bring like 2 different forces together. And the Fool is kind of like that naive start. So with it being in the reverse, and then we also have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, the biggest thing I'm seeing with the Fool being in the reverse is like that naive spirit of like kind of just starting out and not really knowing how it's going to go or what's ahead and just kind of going for it, or that being in that stage of just like planning and considering how to bring something together is like moving out of that and wanting to kind of step up and rise and, like I said before, take practical steps to be able to deliver and offer something serious and something solid. The Hierophant is all about like a deeper commitment. It's like a structured, it could be like, you know, like marriage or just like something more traditional and structured, rather than just like, well, we'll just see where it goes, you know. It's like a partnership with like an equal give and take, really wanting to embrace like the more serious and grounded nature of being in a relationship with someone. And what I'm getting from this is like the other person's really having to elevate themselves to get themselves to this place where they can actually, you know, put the things they want to put into place, into action, and to be serious about it, right? And not to just be like coming willy-nilly frilly. Yeah, so let's get some message cards. So we have I need time for me. At the bottom of the deck, words do hurt. Have I lost everything? And I just want space. So what I'm getting here is maybe there was some sort of fight or conflict surrounding commitment, and like someone's commitment. And so like how I said here, like with this card, I'm seeing that someone really is having to like step up, and like really do the work in order to be very, very serious here. What I'm getting from all of this is that the other person is very, very sensitive, and they could be feeling really hurt in regards to a fight that was had where now they are scared that they've lost everything, and I feel like that is causing them to want to step up. Like they are very nervous, like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to lose this person, so I do have to like commit and be more serious. But then again, they feel like words do hurt, and I'm getting that like their ego is bruised because they feel sensitive about the fact that they were not as serious or like stepping up as much as they should have. And so if you guys had some sort of a fight or you kind of like called them out on their ish, or like not being as serious as you, or not reciprocating as much as you, and not like doing what they need to do, then they're kind of in their ego about it, and they're like really sensitive, and they're kind of like, well, you know, I have feelings too. But they are kind of thinking like, dang, like I really don't want to like lose everything. So maybe they would say like, I just want space, you know, but it's coming from a place of like needing time for them. So that they can do maybe you guys kind of like had a fight, and they were kind of giving you this, I think so, yes, I think we should slow down type of energy, and so you were just feeling like they were just so wishy-washy and like not being as committed as you, and so you kind of like called them out on their ish. And even though this did bruise their ego and they're acting like, oh, I would just want space, I need time for me, you know, they were kind of telling you they want to slow down. I feel like whatever you said here actually did kind of put them in a place of introspection, and realizing that they do have to step up here. They're just acting like really sensitive about it, but yeah, whatever was said here, whatever happened in the recent past, it actually really did impact this person, and this is really ruminating. So yeah, I feel like yeah, so that's their energy, and like what they would say about the situation. Okay, let's get some advice from Spirit. Okay, at the bottom of the deck we have old wounds. We attract what we need to heal. Often we find ourselves attracting the same type of people or situations that are not the best for us. Until we choose to find the common denominator of what we need to heal and release, the cycle will continue. Go within to heal the pain layer by layer and find joy again. We have creativity. One of the ways the divine wants to connect with you is through creative expression. It gets you out of your busy mind to feel, listen, and know how best to flow the energy through you. You're being called to tap into your creative side, to reconnect and discover many talents. Be open to the process and let it flow without judging yourself. So yeah, I feel like that this is where this person has been here. But then we have love redefined on the bottom of the deck, or underneath that. So I feel like this is where this person has been, is kind of like stuck in old patterns, kind of stuck in situations that are not helping them grow. and you, viewer, could see that, and you kind of like call this person out, and ultimately, is helping this person to discover deeper parts of themselves and to discover that they can live their life in a different way. Right? Like, we don't have to keep doing the same things over and over again, but some people really do have to like discover that. It's hard for them to see that they can change the way that they were doing things. They can switch up and make those like real serious practical adjustments and changes in their life. So yeah, I think they would say that they need time for themselves, and they need space basically, but it's because they need to kind of go within and figure out how to like overcome their ego and figure out what it is they need to do in order to elevate themselves into the position to be really, really serious and be able to provide, to be in that mutual give and take where you're pouring into each other's cups equally. And, like I said here with the moons, like they can give back as much as they're asking. As much as they give another person, they can continue to like give that, and yeah, I think ultimately they would also say that they do recognize that their old patterns and habits have I'm also getting like they're realizing what these words do hurt. They're realizing like the way that they've treated you, or the way that they've not shown up, or this they haven't been as serious or as committed, as grounded in the relationship as you, where there's been like an inequity or an imbalance here. They're recognizing that words do hurt, and that is where this is coming from, of like, have I lost just a fear of like, have their toxic actions kind of like pushed things too far to where it's too late. And so sometimes whenever people feel like, it might be too late, they may have messed it up too much, they just kind of like push people away even more. Yeah, that's kind of all I have. I don't mean to leave it on like a negative note like that, but yeah, that's just like really the most I'm getting here. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. So you can always choose another pile. That does not resonate. Okay. So, Pile 2. I have this green rock. Most of these rocks were found in hiking trails in southwest Colorado. That's where I am from. These ones are sweet. Okay. Pile 2. Okay, so I'm just going to use the tarot to kind of get like the general energy of the situation, and I'm using the Star Seeker Tarot. I may have done that in the introduction already, but and then yeah, we'll use the Hermit Tarot messages to get what would they say to you. Okay, we have the Fool. The Empress. And then the Ace of Wands. And the Devil here. So the Devil in this deck, and then we also have the Seven of Wands, the bottom of the deck here. So the Devil in this deck, you can see how it's like their hands, you probably can't see, like there's just strings coming out of the hands here. So it's similar to the Devil in the traditional tarot, but it's like it's a little more modern, but it's the way that the hands are like drawing in these like children figures. It's I'm getting a very like cunning and deceitful energy here. With the Ace of Wands, this is like that burst of creative passion. So there could be some like desires, passions, some things going on here that are kind of coming from a deceitful or toxic place, a little bit of like manipulative energy here with involving like the passions, and it's like using our desires against us in kind of like a manipulative way, like luring someone in. I'm getting like it looks like so pretty and purple and rosy and pretty, and then there's like this darker energy behind it. There's like a darker energy, deceitful. The Fool is like being naive and just kind of like going out on your journey without a lot of information or context, just like taking that chance or that leap of faith. You see how she's like leaping from one little deal to the next. And there's this very, very carefree, like she's not even really looking up at what's ahead of her. And then the Empress is that like divine feminine energy here. There's even more like creative energy here. I'm getting that this could be in reference to like younger people, so maybe you're younger than the person that you're, the person on your mind that you're thinking about when you're watching this. I'm sorry, I just have to read what I see here. So we have the Nine of Wands, and then underneath, or I'm sorry, we have the Seven of Wands, and underneath that we have the Nine of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is all about like standing your ground and like standing up against outside energies that are kind of like coming at you, holding your ground here. But she seems very tired, and so is this girl. This girl here is very, very tired. She's like literally stopping to rest before continuing on her journey. So viewer, I feel like, has had to persevere against a lot of mental anguish, just a lot. You were just not being treated very well. Your innocence, your naiveness, your passion, your love for others, and your nurturing way, the way you care and just like radiate like so much love and just genuine, like I said, care for others, it's totally been used against you to the point where your mental strength against this is really being tested. Like you have had to really like stand your ground and like stay true to who you are, and not let yourself just get totally thrown off, because what I'm seeing here is just innocence and youth and love and like giving freely and innocently, and being very passionate and driven. Maybe someone was like even manipulating your creative efforts against you in some way. Like in some way you're like this creative, maybe there's this like jealous energy almost of viewers like creative expression and the energy and the work that they're just like putting out there, because it's just like coming so naturally to them and freely to them or to you. It's like you just embody this like loving, just this really, really beautiful, great energy, and then there's this dark energy behind you that's trying to kind of like almost take that away from you and kind of lure that away from you, and lure you down this like dark path here. Oof, it's just like this energy siphon type of like energy vampire. It almost gives me chills. I'm so sorry if this doesn't resonate with you. You can totally pick a different pile or just watch a different video. But if it does, I am so sorry. Like even just doing this reading like literally kind of gives me chills, and I just want to like get through it as fast as I can. So I am so sorry if you are this person and like you are really tired and you have been just like so tested and standing up against just like, you know, you feel like mentally you're just really having to like stand your ground and know who you are. Like you are gonna come out of this on the other side just like so much stronger. You are not gonna be that naive little girl anymore that is just so nice and so giving, and so loving that you know don't understand. Some people do not have good intentions for the pure of heart. And what I'm getting is viewer here, you're a beautiful person, and you radiate a very, very beautiful, like loving and warm energy is what I'm getting here. And do not ever let anyone take that away from you. And I'm so sorry, I know you're so tired right now, but you have the mental strength to keep going and to get through this. You really do. almost don't even want to get the what would they say to you, because it's like, why give them the chance to, you know what, you could get it from this reading rather than getting it from them, because you don't need to go through any more of those like mental games that people can play, you know. So we have, I left because you told me to. So I'm getting that that's a game, right? Trying to make you feel guilty. Don't feel guilty. We have no. Seek professional advice. Oh, maybe they are like seeking some sort of like counsel or help. Time to ground yourself. And maybe. So what I'm getting is that they're really, really stubborn. I'm getting that this no is coming to like, do you want to change? No. Do you want to grow? No. Do you want to be more upfront? No. Like there's just this like, no. Oh, okay. And like how seek professional advice? No. Like, do you want to better yourself? No. Like, do you want to prove yourself? No. Like, very stubborn energy. Do you want to ground yourself? No. But they're also kind of like, well, maybe. Maybe. But then they're still just like, well, you know, I left because you pushed me away, you know? So, also what I'm getting is like maybe they've been kind of mean, or they would be mean to be like, oh, like you're crazy and like you need help, which is just really horrible. But yeah, I'm also getting the like they're unwilling to help themselves. Like they would say no. Like if you were to be like, okay, well, what if we get relationship counseling, or what if we, you know, talk to someone about this, or can we do this differently, or can we do this to, you know, to work on our relationship? Can we try to communicate in this way? No. But then they're like, maybe. So I'm just gonna leave that there because we don't need to go into that anymore. I'm just gonna get one card with advice from Spirit. Okay. So we have addiction at the bottom of the deck. This situation is influenced by an addictive behavior that is influencing you or the person involved. Pain and trauma are being projected. Try to see the truth of the situation by stepping outside of the chaos to create an opening for forgiveness, patience, and compassion. So, I just wanted to add in, it is really, really healthy to forgive people and to have patience and compassion. But that doesn't ever have to come at a compromise to ourselves or at our own expense. Just want to add that in. Like, you can forgive people just to free yourself, and that doesn't mean you have to continue to be treated that way by them. So, just want to add that out, or in there. This indicates a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, the person or situation. Look into ways to clear past life karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part and forgiveness are key in releasing past life karma. So yeah, that's more of what I was saying. Like, you can forgive another person and recognize like you also made mistakes in the situation, and you know, fix what's yours and really release yourself from the karma. Like, you don't have to continue to be treated a certain type of way here. Okay, so that one was past life karma cycles. And then we have spirit guidance, co-creation. Your spirit guides and guardians are here to assist and to help you evolve into your authentic self. The time is now to see yourself as your spiritual team sees you. They ask that you remove all limiting thoughts and open yourself up to them. Meditation and asking for signs are a great way to deepen your connection. So yeah, your spiritual team is here with you. I know you're really, really tired right now from what these cards were telling us, right? You're so tired right now, and you've really mentally been through so much. I'm seeing just like so much just like manipulation and mind games and just like mental. But you are very, very driven, passionate, strong individual, and you have your spiritual team all around you with you at your disposal at any time. Praying is a really, really great way to get help. Yeah, that's all I have for pile 2. Okay. Pile 3. This is what your rock looked like here. So I'm just going to use the tarot to kind of get the situation around your question here. We're using the Star Seeker Tarot. Too many. So the first one that flipped out is the Four of Swords. Here it came out in reverse. So the Four of Swords is like rest after being tested. We have the Two Cups, the bottom of the deck. Also seeing the Six of Pentacles underneath there. This seems interesting, like this is underneath it, the Seven of Pentacles, how she's pouring out. So what I'm seeing is like these two people like pouring into each other's cup and embracing, and then underneath there's like these hands here, like all expecting, and like expecting to get these like blessings here, like everyone's kind of asking for something here. And then with the Seven of Pentacles, we have this like vessel. So I'm seeing how it's kind of like Halsey's line, like I should be living the dream, but it's getting passed around the family tree or something like that. Like spreading. There's like a lot of resources that this one vessel is like spreading out to. Right away I'm picking that up here. So I don't know if that's something in the relationship. I'm seeing like this really happy relationship that's like fulfilling each other and like, you know, pouring into each other. There's like plenty to go around here. And so then there's like all of these outside people kind of like expecting a dime to come their way. And then there's like this expectancy here that this like one vessel or this one energy or this like one person or maybe this couple here is supposed to fulfill all these people. Like all these people are relying on this. All these people are invested in this, trying to get something from this, trying to take from this in some way. Literally just entitled, like literally just expecting, you know, it's like I literally can't sustain myself without getting something from you, you know, because these people seem to be good and kind of like have everything that they need here. So this is all just the bottom of the deck energy. So we also have the Four of Cups upright and the World upright, and then the Four of Swords in the reverse. So with the Four of Cups here, we're seeing someone who's looking at all the things that didn't work out and all the things they lost and all the things that ended, and not seeing what's right next to them, what's right behind them. There's like this being really, really disappointed and hopeless, despite the fact that there is still something here. And then we have the World here. And in this deck, the first thing I saw is like this person feels terrified to end this cycle because they feel like they're just free falling into nothing, which they are. You know, the ending of a cycle means the beginning of something new, which sometimes means stepping through a door where the other side is really unknown, like you don't know what's going to happen to you. But there's a fear here that this person is going to like free fall. So what I'm seeing here is there's an energy where someone feels very reliant on, I'm not getting that this is like a couple energy. I'm getting that like viewers may be in a relationship and your relationship is actually good, and then there's some sort of outside energy that feels like, oh my gosh, like I won't make it, like I rely on one of these people in this relationship and I will not make it without them. You know, like if I have to be on my own, then I'm literally just free falling. Like they feel as though they literally need the physical support of this person. Like they're just looking at, they're just so hung up here on like the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and their ways that, I don't know, it's like they're looking at something here, it's like, it could have been this way, or, you know, that could have been me if they would have like supported me instead of, kind of like ditching or abandoning me for this relationship. They're not seeing that like they kind of have right there in their own pocket, right there in their own vicinity, like they have in their capacities, their own little like gem as well. Like they could get, you know, this like flow from their own vessel. right? Like they have a cup with them as well, but they're kind of like off in the distance staring at everybody else's cups. And I'm getting a bit of just like an envious, jealous kind of like, well, if you're not going to choose me and if you're going to give to someone else instead of me, then you're just leaving me hanging, you know, rather than seeing like they're literally stepping through this brand new door that's going to bring them a whole new world of opportunities for themselves and like the beginning of a whole brand new journey for themselves. They literally just feel like they're free falling into nothing, into the abyss, and there's kind of like a little bit of a bitter energy that this couple seems to be like so happy and so together. Maybe this is like a friend, like an old friend or someone that you were really, really close to before your like relationship started to get more serious. Family, friends who were like family. Is with the Four of Swords here, what I'm getting is this other person really can't just like kind of sit around and wait and like rest and like stew in this energy anymore. They can no longer just kind of sit here staring at the past and like things that fell apart or things that didn't really work out for them, or the way that they felt like things should have went, is kind of like, yeah, the end of that cycle and it's over. And that's a really scary feeling for this like other person. So yeah, it's causing them to like stick their hand out even farther and almost kind of be like, okay, well, what about me then? So what would they say to you? We have happiness is my priority, so I believe that. I believe that there is a little bit of like a selfishness here. Like I said, there's like a little bit of an entitlement that, you know, at the end of the day, their like intentions and their priority is to also be happy and fulfilled and to also have this. But right now what I'm getting is like it is coming from kind of just like a selfish, jealous, bitter type of energy is what I'm getting here. If you already know, so maybe you really already know exactly what this person would say to you. Will you choose me? So that's exactly what I was picking up on. There's someone who's just kind of like, maybe it was someone that you were really close with before you got in this relationship, and so they're just kind of like, that's also this Six of Pentacles energy here is like, are you going to choose me or them? Are you going to, you know, give to me or them? Also, what I'm getting is like, they want someone to choose them the same way that like you and your partner are able to choose each other. They want like that for them in their lives, and they don't really have that right now, and so it's just like being misplaced towards you, to being like, if you don't choose me, then like I don't feel worthy. They just, for whatever reason, feel really like emotionally attached to you, and as if they need you to be giving to them. So this is like what they would say to you. And we have, I meant what I said. So yeah, maybe this person kind of gave you an ultimatum, like, oh, you or me, or me or them, or maybe this is like your family, and they feel as though you being in this relationship is kind of like taking you away from them. And so they kind of like put a lot of pressure on you and put a lot of like strict boundaries in place here, and they're like, I meant what I said. Meaning, like, if they expect you to give back to them, or there's this expectancy that the energy that you have is supposed to be spread around to so many people, like maybe you detaching and like choosing this relationship is kind of taking you away from your family, and you serve so many roles and so many purposes in your family. Like maybe you did so much for so many people, and so now you're not able to do that because you're over here giving, to yourself and your relationship and building, which is perfectly normal and healthy. And there's a lot of people though that are feeling like that is literally just leaving them hanging, you know what I mean? And they're just like disappointed because it forces them to kind of like come out of their, relaxation energy. I don't know. It just forces them into this uncomfortable position, essentially. And it's just not what they were used to. There's these other people that are used to like getting this nourishment and getting this. There's so many people that are just like used to benefiting from you in some way, or yeah, if it's a family, then that's really normal. Like maybe you're one of the oldest siblings, and all of your younger siblings have always relied on you. Your parents have always relied on you. You've even got like cousins and aunties that expect you to just like always be there for them and show up. And so then whenever you don't, they just get really offended and they feel like you're kind of taking from them, or you're being selfish when you're like, well, I couldn't like show up to give your kid a ride home from soccer practice because I was like doing something for my husband, and so you're just like, I'm trying to you're literally just trying to do the right thing and like give to your relationship and like pour into yourself and nourish your home and your environment, but then just getting that there's just so many people that are just so used to there's a lot of people with their hand out. There's just a lot of people that are like, wait, I was used to getting this much water from you per day. Now I don't ever even see you, so they're like offended. But it's totally okay to have boundaries and to do what's best for you. But yeah, I think that's what this other person would say, is that they would just admit that they don't see this as selfish. Like they see this as like I said, there's like this entitlement to it. So from their perspective, they're not being selfish, or they're not like really looking at it like, oh, she's expected to, fill my needs and fulfill what I need, It's like, it just makes them happy, and they think they deserve to be happy, right? And so they would just literally tell you that, like, where they're coming from and their expectation in the situation is they have self-interest. Like, they would just openly admit they're being selfish here without even realizing that's what they're saying, and just openly be like, I don't think that you're gonna choose me, like, I think that you're gonna kind of like abandon me and just bail on me, and they're just not really in a position to like see their side. Like, that's what I'm getting with this. I meant what I said is like they are just really not in a position to understand like your perspective, and where like the pressure and expectations and like handout type of energy that they have, like they literally are just not getting it. And so they're like, they would double down is what I'm getting here. It's basically the gist is they would double down, and you already know, because they would literally say the same things they've been saying. You know, they would continue to admit like outwardly that they just have selfish intentions in this situation, because that's really how they feel, right? Like they literally just mean that, but then they still expect you to choose them. So that's also like where there's just like an entitlement here. So yeah, if that's like your family or something, I'm so sorry. I'm not at all trying to be offensive. Sometimes we just go through really, really unique situations and periods of growth within like our family and our family dynamics and our family structures. So even with our friends, and you know, sometimes you can't always keep everyone in your life forever. That doesn't mean that they have to be out of your life forever. It's just not everyone can be in your life for every single period and phase of your life. Not everyone's always going to match with you for the whole course of your life, you know? So we're always just going through stuff, and sometimes it's uncomfortable, but I'm here to tell you all the truth. So we have taking the leap. You have to let go of something good to get something great. Taking the leap into the unknown can be scary, but you are being called to have faith in yourself and the universe. If you want to experience the next level of success, you cannot stay comfortable. Enjoy the journey. Totally. So that's exactly what I was just saying there. Like what you have, like, you know, your relationship or whatever this is that's causing all of this is totally worth it. So, totally worth it. Awakening, expansion. You've been receiving messages that it's time from your soul to expand beyond the 3D vision. You are an old soul that is here to do many great things. You have come to realize this through doing the hard work and merging back with your higher self. There is no going back, so enjoy this new way of being by having acceptance and inner peace moving forward. Yes, you are rising above all of this. Totally. And self-care, balance. Taking time to replenish your mind, body, and soul is a must. Enjoy this time to reconnect and make yourself a priority. Ask yourself, what is serving me and what is taking from me? Much can be revealed when you stop putting yourself at the bottom of the list. I'm going to read that again. Taking time to replenish your mind, body, and soul is a must. Enjoy this time to reconnect and make yourself a priority. Ask yourself, what is serving me and what is taking from me? Much can be revealed when you stop putting yourself at the bottom of the list. That literally just sums up like everything I was saying in the beginning. Like there's so many people that are expecting and just kind of have their hand out, and you don't have to feel guilty for putting yourself first this time. And I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you, pile 3. That didn't resonate. You can always pick a different pile or watch a different video. Won't hurt my feelings. Okay, so pile 4. This is like actually like a crystal or gemstone or something, but I don't know which kind it is and I don't remember where I got it. I think I just got it like for free with an order of soap or something. Not sure. Like at the counter when I was buying the soap or something. Not sure. Alright, so just give you all a better look at that. Just want to like make sure that my camera didn't die here. Okay, y'all. I'm new to the whole YouTube game. Videoing, content creating. Okay. So we have the Fool at the bottom of the deck. We have the Three of Wands and the Hermit. And then the King of Cups. And the Eight of Cups. So I'm seeing here with the Three of Wands, it's like really, really looking to something, dreaming to something, kind of like longing for something. The Three of Wands can be like traveling. And then the Hermit, we have just like how he's kind of holding the oracle here. What I'm getting in here is that someone really turned inward to figure out how they could get to where they wanted to be, or them looking off to the moon could be like in the horizon, could be not necessarily traveling to a physical place, but traveling to a place within themselves, like evolving to someone that they want to be here. Like how to take the steps to move forward. You see how she's like actually like jumping onto each little, like how to like actually move forward and elevate themselves into this King of Cups, which is like that divine masculine. With the moon, like looking off towards the moon, it's like how to elevate yourself in order to be comfortable with your emotions. So if the other person's not a guy, maybe it's just someone that felt uncomfortable being vulnerable, or like kind of being in that more emotional self. So with the Eight of Cups, I'm seeing like walking away from the behaviors and the patterns that don't serve us anymore, so that we can kind of walk through a whole brand new door here and a whole brand new opportunity. So it's like there was a period of having to like go inward and self-isolate for introspection, to kind of seek the way or the answers here through this little like mystic oracle here. It's like figuring out how to take the steps to get to where you want to go. This was like the manifesting, dreaming, visualizing phase. And then there was actually practical steps of like rising up and like going out on this actual journey to kind of go through and like literally transform into this different person, or like travel to this different place within themselves where they were able to show up in more of a divine masculine type of energy and be more emotionally mature. So that's what I'm seeing is like with the Three of Cups is they had this longing and they had this vision of who they could be, and they needed to know how they could get there and how they could learn to face and embody their emotions more and step up and be this divine masculine person that was not only comfortable expressing their emotions but could embody their emotions and like hold that space for others. So yeah, let's get the actual message cards here. This is definitely like the most positive pile of all of the piles here, so maybe there's just something special since this is like the only gem and they're all rocks, but this is 100% the most positive pile that we've had so far. We have love me at the bottom of the deck, and I am manifesting you. So yeah, I think at first they were like manifesting themselves, but it's for so they can be a divine counterpart. This is what they want. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? So yeah, they're trying to like level up and become someone that they feel confident you would not. We also have no. And do you think about me too? So I feel like this no is like saying no to their old selves. Like all the things they're walking away from here, they're actually saying no to a lot of stuff here. Because they're trying to level up. You know, they're trying to isolate. They're saying no to a lot of stuff, hanging out by themselves and figuring out how to make these changes. You know, they're saying no to a lot of things and getting in this energy where they're literally just thinking about you. Totally just thinking about you. And so yeah, they would ask if you're doing the same. And how do you feel? What I'm getting from this is they would be like, do you feel the same way about me that I feel about you? Like, do you feel as passionately, or you would you do all these things? You know, they have the desire and they're like, how do I get there? Right? They really are manifesting you because they really do feel this way, but they don't know how you feel. And so what they would say to you is they would try and figure this out. They would try and figure out if you think about them as well, and if you would want to be like as serious as them. And they would also tell you that they're saying no to a lot of things and they're walking away from a lot of things that no longer serve them. And so that they can get to where they want to get to the place that they want to get to, where they feel like they can stand up and be in this King of Cups energy and like give you a true offering. So, the advice from Spirit. So we have balance needed. Make sure all of your relationships are equal in balance with giving and receiving. If they are out of rhythm, then the other is sacrificing and can't sustain itself. Therefore, it will create more obstacles to overcome. Knowing you are worthy and deserving respect in all ways. That's at the bottom of the deck. And we have intuitive wisdom, gifts. Honor your innate ability to see physically and trust your gut feelings. Trust your guidance in the vibrations you feel. When you truly step into your abilities, all of your senses rush in. Look into expanding your gifts by taking classes, journaling, meditating, and listening to your inner voice. So yeah, with the balance needed, again, I'm getting like they really don't know if you feel the same way or if you feel as seriously or if you're also saying no to a lot of things. So that's why they would want to tell you. Like if they could talk to you, that would be one of the first things they would do is like tell you like how much they've changed and how much they've turned down and said no to and how much they've redirected and like changed things up. And so they don't know if you feel the same way. And so yeah, that's what they would say to you, because that's their intention, is to kind of like balance out the relationship overall. So yeah, trust your gut, trust your intuition, and that's all I have for pile 4. Okay, so pile 5, it's the last pile here. So I'm going to use the tarot to just get like the general situation here. Okay. We're not going to take the ones that fell on the ground. Whew. So we have the 8 of Wands. First thing I saw was like the fire in the center near the heart. It's like this super, super burning desire. And then we have the 3 of Wands. So I'm seeing like this like longing energy. It's like looking up towards the moon and kind of like longing. So I'm seeing someone that has a lot of like passionate, fiery desire for you right off the cuff here. But there's also a negative energy, and this like did not want to come out. I was having a hard time finding it at the end, to where there's like this energy of focusing on things that have kind of went wrong here, and having this like very dark emotion looming overhead, and not really looking at the positivity that's back there. And then those cards that fell out is the 10 of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. So super heavy energy. That all kind of came out with the Five of Cups. So I'm seeing like something ended here. So maybe this is the past energy, and that's kind of why it fell on the ground. In the past, there was something that was really stable and really consistent, and something you could really rely on. Maybe even like a mother figure type of energy here. Some sort of feminine energy. And then something abruptly came to an end and something died here. And this was no longer something that could be counted on, and this was mourned. This was definitely mourned very greatly. So there's still an energy of like still focusing on that somewhat. Still focusing on the things that didn't really work out here. And that put someone in this place of feeling stuck and trapped, and like they had no opportunities, and they couldn't do something for themselves, even though there was like this, there was still like something right there, like they still had assistance. There was still all of this stuff all around them that could help them out, and they were like blinded by that, and they felt like they were super stuck. And then, yeah, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and in this deck, it's like a grandmother, a mother, and a baby. So I'm kind of getting, like, again, like I did with the other Queen of Pentacles that was at the bottom earlier. It's like a motherly vibe. So maybe this pile is like about family as well. But there is like a very intense passion here. There's a lot of passionate, fiery, loving energy, but then there's like this longing. And I'm seeing that this is kind of like a longing for the past. We're like still focusing on the past here in the way that things were before. Whenever it was more of like this, you know, before there was like this stable figure that could take care of themselves, and was something you could really count on and rely on, a wealth of knowledge and beauty and tips that you could, you know, follow this person, look up to them. There was like this guidance here. And so now there's like this longing for the way that it was. There's like this bit of being kind of hung up a little bit here on the way that things were before they just kind of fell apart and ended, and instead of feeling like they can move forward, someone feels stuck. And like now, because of all of this, they are just trapped. Despite the fact that there's all of these deep, deep, very passionate feelings too, the Eight of Wands is kind of just like throwing it all out there, going for it, knowing you have what it takes and acting swiftly. So it's like these other energies are kind of holding that back. But there is this burning desire to, I'm getting like a desire to just like have closeness and to have those family ties. So maybe this is like regarding like a family member. So maybe in the past you could really, really rely on that family member. They were like a huge part of your life. You could go to them and talk to them about anything. You could count on them. They could give you whatever you really needed. And then there was like some sort of chaos and instability that caused a really harsh ending, and it put a lot of like fear and discomfort around the closeness with the family. You know, now it's there's a lot of feeling like I need to kind of keep to myself, and feeling unsafe around being super, super close. So now there is this desire to have this like closeness, and there is this like passion here. but there is a hesitancy, and there's like a struggle to really be present in the moment and trust because of something that's happened in the past here. There's a struggle. It's almost like they don't want to focus on these other two cups because then that could go wrong too, you know. It's like, oh, if only we could just go back to how it was before anything bad happened. And it's like, well, if I can't do that, then I'm just gonna sit here. But there is like another sword being given here. So there is another opportunity here to create this bond and create this closeness and to have this. So maybe you just don't trust family now in general. Maybe this isn't even the same people. Like maybe you had like a really hard relationship with your mom or your grandma or your aunt, or just like a motherly figure in your life, and so now you're like in a relationship and this is like your husband's like mother or something, you know, grandma, etc., and you just have a hard time, like even when you really really love someone and you feel this fire, like you kind of have a hard time like getting close to them or like trusting people and letting them in because of what has happened to you like in the past regarding family situations and like trusting. You know, you felt like you got stabbed in the back, you know, like you could not trust people. So now there's like this struggle here, but there's this huge burning desire. So yeah, it could be in regards to just something new in general, like just a new opportunity to have that sense of family in a new way. Or it could be what I was seeing at first is like the revitalization of a relationship with a family member, or that desire to do so, but not really knowing if that's a good idea or how that's going to go. If you merge the present with the past and the future, right? If you bring all three of those together, it's like, what kind of emotions are we going to get from that? You know exactly how it went in the past. You know how it is right now. And a part of you is like, I know exactly how it's going to be in the future too, you know, but then there is this desire to put yourself out there and see if it could be different in the future. That's what I'm doing. So right away we have they are waiting for you. That just flipped over. So I feel like this other party is being really, really patient and understanding. So if it is like the person that created this ending in the past, it's like they totally understand your hesitancy and your feelings, and so they're just waiting for you. Something flipped out, but I can't find it. One of them totally, maybe it flipped back. That happens sometimes. All right, we'll flip out and then flip back. Okay. Okay. Not sure. So we have, I want to start a family with you. So yeah, maybe it's like this new person that you've met that wants to come in and take you really, really seriously and have this like family unit with you, but you feel like you are trapped and you can't do it because of this pain that you went through in the past with your own family, and this like female figure in your life at some point, but there's all of this fire and passion and desire and love to do this, and you're wondering like, could I really get there? Could I do this? Could I get to that point? But the issue is you're focusing on the pain and a lot of the past and the hurt that happened with your own family in the past. So there's this other person coming in wanting to give you a new opportunity to have that family experience, that family unit. And I feel like there's this fear here. So the other person's being very, very patient. So that's what they would say to you, is that they are just waiting for you. That they want you. They know what they want, and they're literally just waiting for you to kind of like turn around and see those other two cups and see the potential here to have this sort of closeness and this sort of bond again in your life. If I'm too afraid to talk, and I'm ready. So yeah, I feel like they are waiting for you, but they're a little bit too afraid right now to just come out and like blatantly say, you know, this is like really, really serious. And so yeah, there is definitely this hesitancy here. They're trying to be really, really patient with you and understanding, because they totally understand like everything that you've been through in your family and stuff. But they are scared too, right? They have their own fears. So if they could talk to you, they would express to you how deeply they feel about you, and that they're being patient for you. And like I said, like they know exactly how they feel. Even before I flipped this one over, I was saying like they know exactly how they feel. They know exactly what they want. They're literally just waiting for you to get there. So they would say like, I am ready for this. But at the same time, they are scared too. So I think they would open up to you about those things that they are afraid of. I think they're ready to also like talk to you about things that they've been afraid to talk to you about, because they know you have been hurt in the past, you know. I think they're ready to like also grab those other two cups behind them as well, you know. But yeah, like exactly what I said earlier, they know exactly how they feel, and they're totally ready. They're literally just waiting for you. And that is what they would say to you. And I think they would express also that this hesitancy and like this, how they feel you kind of clinging to the past. So I think sometimes the reason that they're afraid to talk is because they get scared that you're gonna say something like, because sometimes you're in this type of an energy here, of like focusing on what went wrong in your life before, it makes them scared to like really talk with you on that deeper level, because they don't want you to say anything that's going to make them feel like you're not in this as much as them, or like that you're going to kind of project that stuff onto them, or let the things that you've been through with your family experiences in the past like hold you back from really being all in with them, because they're literally waiting for you. Like they are so ready for you, and so it really, really scares them to have those deeper conversations and to see exactly where you are emotionally, because they know that sometimes you're just kind of like focusing on the past and the hurts that you've experienced in the past. And so I think that is a lot of what they would express to you and say to you if they could. So we're just going to get advice from Spirit here. bottom of the deck, we have abundance, security. Money is energy like anything else. You want it to flow and not feel trapped. Trusting the universe will take care of you gives off the energy of abundance and expectance in every dollar you receive, knowing you are supported and the money will flow. So that's the bottom of the deck energy. We have good news, positivity. Your prayers have been heard and good news is on the way. The universe wants you to have expectancy of positive outcomes in your life. You have the power to manifest what you desire of your highest good by co-creating with Source. Now is the time to celebrate. So yeah, I feel like this is something that you've wanted. Like this is something that you've longed for and you've manifested. This is something that you've prayed for. It's like your heart's desires to have this second opportunity at having this type of closeness and this type of bond in a family dynamic and relationship because of what has happened to you in the past. And so this really is like another opportunity for you to have that, and that is, it's like it's a answer of your prayers here. We have self-care, balance. Taking time to replenish your body, mind, and soul is a must. Enjoy this time to reconnect and make yourself a priority. Ask yourself, what is serving me and what is taking from me? Much can be revealed when you stop putting yourself at the bottom of the list. So yeah. Yeah, that's all I have for pile 5. So thank you so much.